contract situation when he'll be able to come to North America?
I know what everybody knows is that he has a 3-year contract with St. Petersburg. No, so that's the timeline we were told, and we'll deal with that. That's not something that scared us to have the chance to take a player of his caliber at pick number 7.
What was it about him that made that gamble risk?
Well, we had the chance to meet with him a couple times in a smaller group the first time, and we were blown away by his personality and how much he seemed to love having a chance to be a Flyer. We were trying to explain that to the rest of our staff, the rest of the scouts, and they didn't really believe us. So we brought him in for a second time, and again, he blew everybody in the room away by how smiley he was, how he kept saying that he wanted to be a Flyer. So that made us feel really good about the prospect of drafting him. Now, it's one thing to say that, but to have a talent of his caliber, we didn't think he would be available at 7. So we looked at different opportunities to try to move up. The value of picks on the day of a drafter, they for some reason seem to go up very, very high. So we weren't able to get near any of the other picks in front of us. So we just kind of waited, and it kind of fell into our lap. So for us, it was an easy decision.
Danny, you mentioned that you met with him twice. Can you walk through the timeline of when and where you met with him? Was it both times here, or was it somewhere else?
I'd rather not go into that at this time to not get anybody in trouble. Maybe at one point we'll let everybody know.
Kind of as a follow-up to that, there were some questions, scattered questions in the public about his character. We talked to you last week, and you said that character is a really important thing for you guys in terms of your pick.
Yep.
Why do you believe that's not an issue for Mitch Hall?
Well, we asked him, we grilled him. We asked him some really tough questions, and we were satisfied with the answers that we got. Now, you never know. You never know for sure. But we had a good feeling, and again, when seeing the talent level of this player, we don't have anybody like him in the organization. We felt it was something. We've talked for how many years now about how we needed to bring more skills, more talent to our team. This was a great opportunity to hopefully develop a player that can play kind of that role for us.
Hey Danny, do you believe that they will make it to development or too early to tell?
I am not sure. My belief is that he won't be there for development camp, but I don't know for sure. But that's what I would be leaning on right now.
Just a follow-up for you on that. You mentioned that you did not think that Mitch Scott would be there 7, so obviously was he the best player available for you?
Without a doubt. We had done a lot of work on trying to find and kind of clarify our list. We probably spent a lot more time that we probably could have saved knowing if we would have known that he was there. But that's the job of our scouts. They've done a tremendous job. Having him fall to 7 was we felt was a gift for us.
Very good. Just a question. What are the kind of assurances that Michkov gave guys? There's been some questions about whether he actually wants to play in the NHL. What has he told you about that?
He didn't make any assurances, but he told us he wanted to play in the NHL. He told us his dream was to win the Stanley Cup. He told us he wanted to be a Flyer. Now, we felt good when we interviewed him. We felt he was genuine. You saw him smile on the stage. He was really excited to be a Flyer. That's pretty special. We want people that want to be there. We want people that are not afraid to play in Philadelphia, because let's face it, it's not always an easy place to play. It can be very special when you deliver and you play with passion. They respect that, but not everybody is up to that challenge. For Matvey, it was pretty cool to see him respond. The question where, you know, are you afraid to play in Philadelphia? And he said, absolutely not. I want to be a Flyer. I want to play in a hockey market. That's another thing he said. So that made us feel pretty good about it.
Danny, how often did Ken Kudakov see him play, and how much did you rely on him as well?
He was a big help because he was the only person really that had eye on him from our staff in the last season. You know, his interaction with Matvey were great. You know, he was very positive on him, even as a player, as a person. He felt good about the pick as well. But again, he said you don't get the chance to find a player of that talent fall down the draft very often.
Danny, you mentioned
One of those drafts that just fell to the point where everybody didn't want to kind of move in that aspect, and then follow up that how active you think will be wanting that second round pick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, you know, and I hate to say this because I'm sure every GM is going back to the stage and saying they're excited about their day, about their draft. I mean, we're not any different. I mean, we got a player that we didn't think would fall to 7. And we got nervous on Bunk. We thought he would go a lot earlier than that. There wasn't very many defensemen left, you know, that we were excited in that range. You know, so we saw the board start to fall. We felt right shot defensemen like him, we just couldn't pass on.
Hey, Dan.
John?
Knowing your competitive nature, this being your first time as a GM overseeing the draft, how do you weigh the patience in knowing you have to wait for Matvey while how he fits into the long-term vision of how you see this team coming together?
Well, it's not just me. We believe, and we've said it to our fans that, you know, it's going to be a process, that we weren't, you know, going to turn this around overnight, that it would take time. I think he's a clear example of that. You know, we took a big swing, but we hope that this turns out to be a home run. Time will tell. It's a little early, but we feel when he's ready to come, you know, he could really be a difference maker, and that's the risk that we were willing to take, to wait a little bit to hopefully have a difference maker on our hands.
Danny, kind of as a follow-up to that, you said the word patience. You repeatedly said that about the nature of this rebuild that you're engineering. But with the Michkov pick, does that almost set a timeline for the rebuild in the sense that, you know, well, he comes in 4 years and then hopefully by then we're ready to turn?
What I can tell you about that is, I mean, he's not the only piece. You know, I think by the time he comes, he's going to be probably more mature. He's going to be more mature physically and mentally. He's probably going to be better prepared at that time. But in the meantime, it's not like we're going to watch the next 3 seasons without him pass us by and not try to be competitive. That's not the message I want to send out there. We're still going to. We want a team that's going to play hard, that's going to compete hard, and that's going to try to get better every year. But for sure, if we could have Matvey come earlier, it would certainly help us out.
Last question. Danny, you talked about the Flyers' need for skill and for talent, but particularly if you need for a superstar, how confident are you that they can become this superstar both in talent and personality?
Yeah, we have to be careful with the word superstar, I think. You know, if he comes and he's a good player on our team and he can be a difference maker, you know, that's all I'm asking for now. If he turns out more than that, that'd be great. We'll welcome that for sure. But you know, I'm not putting the tag like that on him. We just hope he develops the next few years wherever he is, and that he can become that difference maker for us.